Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, this is BobbieD coming to you live. And this is a recorded live event. It's a special broadcast from us today. We were scheduled to have the Black History broadcast, but we're going to forego that. You'll see that on tomorrow. I'll bring another recorded live for that. Today, we're talking about another high altitude object was shot down in Alaska. That is the title of our topic today. Another high altitude object was shot down by the United States government in Alaska. Okay, so it's happening again, and we're not sure at this time where it's from, who's doing it, but let's get straight into the subject. Thumbnail for the day: another object shot down. There you see John Kirby. He is the National Security Council's spokesperson, and you can see this is serious matter, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, Here we go. Focus for the day. Basically, we're going to look at what happened, when it happened, and what we know so far. Okay. And in order to get that done and be specific about what happened, what are the details on it, I'm going to bring you the recorded press conference that was held by uh, uh, John Kirby when this happened. Okay. So let's bring that in right now and get you guys up to board, up to par as to what happened from John Kirby, and that's the recording you're going to see. Here we go.
Thank you, Surin. Hi, John. I have more follow-ups on the Lula visit as well as the assistance U.S. providing to Turkey. But really briefly, can you speak to rumors that there is another Chinese balloon above Alaska or any other parts of U.S. territory that the U.S. shot down?
So I can confirm that the Department of Defense was tracking a high-altitude object over Alaska airspace in the last 24 hours. The object was flying at an altitude of 40,000 feet and posed a reasonable threat to the safety of civilian flight. Out of an abundance of caution and at the recommendation of the Pentagon, President Biden ordered the military to down the object, and they did, and it came inside our territorial waters. Now, those waters right now are frozen, but inside territorial airspace and over territorial waters. Fighter aircraft assigned to U.S. Northern Command took down the object within the last hour. Okay.
Follow up, John, and thank you for that. That's really helpful. Can you give more details on the support that U.S. is providing to Turkey? Specifically, we understand that the USS George H.W. Bush is on standby. Can you update us on whether there's been any communications with Ankara on whether the ship will be any part of humanitarian efforts?
I think I updated as much as I could right now. What we're doing is what I put in my opening statement. You're right that there are naval assets that are in the Mediterranean and under the command of U.S. Naval Forces Europe. The commander of U.S. European Command has designated the commander of U.S. Naval Forces Europe as in charge of the operational coordination for military assets, and he is doing that. I cannot speak to any specific contributions by the aircraft carrier USS George H.W. Bush, but obviously there's lots of capabilities in the Mediterranean region that could be brought to bear, but we're working, and this is a really important point, we're working in lockstep with our Turkish counterparts here to make sure that what we're providing is what they need at the scale and the speed that they need, and not trying to overwhelm their system with unneeded material or unneeded capability. So there's.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. From the speaker, spokesperson's mouth, John Kirby, spokesperson for the United States National Security Council, and another object was cited by national intelligence and over Alaska, and President Biden made the decision to quickly have it taken down, shot down by another F-22 fighter jet. Now, this decision to have it being shot down quickly this time was bared upon the fact that, or was arrested upon the fact that this particular object in the air, we don't know exactly what it was, but it's thought that this object was a problem, more likely a problem to the United States airspace. In other words, it wasn't flying at an altitude of 40,000 feet whereas we know the prior balloon was 60,000, which was not any potential danger for any flights. But they had to actually stop all flights in that Alaska area, Alaska zone, and to allow our fighter jets to get in there and just to take that object down. Now, reports are that the object was not as large as the prior balloon that was up from the Chinese, but it was the size of a small vehicle, okay, which is considerably smaller. And also was reported that it may not have had the capability to maneuver itself as well. So again, we're not sure at this time who sent the object into our airspace, whether it was China, whether it was Russia, we just don't know. Okay, so that will be found out. They're recovering the wreckage of the item, of the object, and it's in waters of Alaska. Then the waters right now are frozen, so it's going to be quite a job to recover that debris from the wreckage of that object. So I'm going to give you some more information as I have it right here in front of me. The Pentagon shot down an unidentified object over frozen waters around Alaska on Friday at the order of President Biden. According to U.S. officials, less than a week after U.S. fighter jet brought down the Chinese spy balloon over the Atlantic. U.S. officials said they did not immediately confirm whether the object was a balloon, but it's traveling at an altitude that made it a potential threat. You hear me, guys? A potential threat to civilian aircraft. That's why it was shot down immediately. Okay, that's why it was shot down in a very, very quickly, very, very fast manner, as opposed to the balloon. Okay, they deemed it an immediate and potential threat to civilian aircraft. So that's important to note that, because many people are criticizing President Biden for not shooting down the balloon faster than what he did. But he was resting on the information from our intelligence officers and intelligence community that we needed to wait until they got over waters where it would not affect or cause any damage to or harm to human life. And so also we wanted an opportunity to see what it did and what it's doing while it traveled through the airways. So that's why he did not act immediately on a balloon. So now again, it's important to note that this particular object that was shot down is not. We do not know exactly where it came from. Many people are surmising or estimating that it may have come from China. We just don't know at this time. So further information will come out. Again, this is very important, ladies and gentlemen, because China is a threat to our national security. And whenever things like this happen, or whenever any object, whether it's from China, whether it's from, I don't care who it's from, when they enter into our airspace, it is the utmost important to this nation, and that we act with very, very swift and a meaningful manner to deter those types of activity from occurring. Now, question: why would they put an object in our airspace? Well, what we found out so far from the prior balloon that was here, that they had intelligence surveillance information on intelligence surveillance equipment in the balloon. So that balloon was shot down, and they're still discovering more information about it. The good thing about it, when the balloon came over to our airspace, we noticed it immediately, and we jammed all of our intelligence equipment, so that we jammed their equipment so that they could not pick up anything sensitive that would give any sensitive or top secret information to them. So we are playing it smart, and we're playing it the right way, so that human life would not be involved or damaged or hurt at all. And then at this particular one, we decided to do it immediately because it was in airspace. The altitude of the object was 40,000 feet above ground. So in that is a flight zone for other aircraft. So we took it down. Okay. So that's it for right now, guys. Again, our normally scheduled show will be tomorrow. I'm on Black History. I'm going to do another show on that, and I'll probably bring it to you in the same format, a recorded video. If I don't bring it recorded, I'll bring it to you live. All right. This is a special broadcast on another high altitude object being shot down in Alaska this time. Okay. That's it for now, guys. This is BobbieD saying take care, God bless, and peace. I will see you on the backside of tomorrow. Have a good one, guys. Take care. God bless and peace.